All right, so in a titration, a 50 milliliter sample of lithium hydroxide. Now we have the a base as a sample now, as an unknown. Okay, is neutralized with an hydrochloric acid solution having a concentration of 4.18 molar. If 18.1 milliliter of hydrochloric acid are required to complete the neutralization, what was the concentration of lithium hydroxide solution? Okay, so right now we have a sample of lithium hydroxide solution. We don't know the concentration. We want to find it. Our standard solution is 4.18 molar hydrochloric acid. Okay, well, all these two are related by mole, right? So if you know mole of hydrochloric acid, you can find mole of lithium hydroxide. Can you find more hydrochloric acid? Of course you can, if you know molarity and volume, right? So we know molarity and volume right there. These two combined time molarity times volume, you get to mole of hydrochloric acid. And you can find mole of lithium hydroxide, which if you have volume, mole divided by volume, you get to molarity of lithium hydroxide. All right? So the experiment gonna be like this. So we have the in the burette, right? Oh, hold on. We have a burette. We have a sample of lithium hydroxide. So we take 50 milliliter of it. And then we add the standard solution 4.18 molar hydrochloric acid in the burette. Okay, starting 0 right there. All right. And then, before you start the experiment, don't forget the indicator. A lot of people, chemistry students have to do this lab, and many students, trust me, they forget to add the indicator, and I just keep to experiment, keep reacting, and I don't know when we stop. and it's just like, usually new people, you forget that, and the professor will be like, why are you still doing reaction? Well, the students said, I don't know when to stop. It's not changing color yet. Well, have you added the indicator? I'm like, oh, I forgot. Start over. Anyway, don't forget to add the indicator. All right, so we're gonna start a stopcock right here. Oh, hold on. When you add the indicator, right now the solution is pink because in the pH of the solution is in the basic zone. Okay, this lithium hydroxide solution totally basic. That's why it's pink. The color that you're gonna see is when it has no color, change from pink to no color. Okay, so start the reaction. Turn on stopcock. The hydrochloric acid start coming down, reacting with lithium hydroxide. Right, reacting. Now, when it turn colorless, turn off the stopcock. Read the final volume. Okay. All right. So the final volume is 18.1 milliliter. Right, 18.1 milliliter. That's the total volume. Right. So basically, we have 4.18 molarity hydrochloric acid and use only 18.1 milliliter. You can find more hydrochloric acid and then find mole of lithium hydroxide. Okay. All right. Lithium hydroxide. So what we have the standard solutions 4.18 mole hydrochloric acid per 1 liter or 1,000 milliliter solution. That's the concentration. You can find more of this by times volume. So volume cancel out with that. And then we have mole of hydrochloric acid. From mole of hydrochloric acid, you can go to mole of lithium hydroxide by put more hydrochloric acid at the bottom, more of lithium hydroxide at the top. So more of hydrochloric acid cancel out. Now you get to more of lithium hydroxide. Do the math, you get that number. Don't write them off yet. Keep it there. Okay. So know that there's a 3-stick fix. All right. All right. Next one, molarity of lithium hydroxide. So we want to know mole per liter solution. What we have is that mole of lithium hydroxide. That per 50 milliliter lithium hydroxide. If 50 milliliter solution, we have that mole of lithium hydroxide. If we have 1,000 milliliter or 1 liter, this number is going to be bigger. Okay. All right. So 1,000 milliliter over 1 liter. So milliliter cancel out. Do the math. You should get that number. That's a molarity. 3-stick fix. Write them down. Here we go. 1.51 molar lithium hydroxide. Okay. All right. One more example. So here's me. So this one, so we're reacting, we have a sample of sulfuric acid, right? React with a standard solution of potassium hydroxide. Okay. So let's write out the neutralization reaction first. Potassium hydroxide react with sulfuric acid. You should get potassium sulfate and water. All right. Don't forget to balance equation first. So we have two potassium, put 2 potassium there. All right. Well, 4 hydrogen total on the left side. So 2 here, 4 hydrogen. Hydrogen here, so put 2 in front of water. oxygen is equal. So 2 oxygen, 4, 6 oxygen on the left, 4 plus 2, 6 oxygen on the right. So we're good. Okay. So the difference from the previous example is the reacting ratio of potassium hydroxide and sulfuric acid is 2-to-1 ratio, but the rest are the same. Right? Only difference is right here. So we have the standard solution of potassium hydroxide. You know the molarity, you know volume, right? The question asks for molarity of sulfuric acid. If you convert up to mole of sulfuric acid divided by volume, which is 50 right here, you get molarity of sulfuric acid. Okay. All right. Start finding mole of sulfuric acid first. We have the concentration of potassium hydroxide, that concentration, all right? You want to get more of potassium hydroxide. All you have to do is just get rid of that milliliter solution times milliliter solution. Here we go. Cancel out. You get to mole of potassium hydroxide. Mole of potassium hydroxide go to mole of sulfuric acid. So, well, it's 2-to-1 ratio. So 2-to-1 ratio. Mole of potassium hydroxide cancel out. You get to mole of sulfuric acid. Do the math. You get that number. Okay. All right, moving on. Molarity of sulfuric acid, same thing here. So we have that mole of sulfuric acid in 50 milliliter solution. If in 1,000 milliliter solution, this number have to be bigger. So times 1,000. So milliliter cancel out. You get that number, and then that's your answer. Here we go. Okay. All right. So it's quite long. Again, it's, the problem is quite long, but it's not complicated. Okay. So remember that. All right. We have class activity number 5. So make sure you do it. Question 1, 2, 3. I give you the key right there. All right. All right. We have a fun segment of this podcast. All right. So go to text from your ex. Okay. Let's see the conversation between these two ex couple. Do you mind logging out of my Netflix account when you get a chance? Haha, yeah, thank you. I miss you. Or I miss Netflix. Okay. Next one. How have you been? Look, I don't really want to talk to you unless you have something to say. Okay. Did you change Hulu password? Laugh out loud. Not today, Stanton. Yeah, you share password when you're a couple, but when you break up, well, you have to start buying your own Netflix and Hulu. Okay. All right. Moving on to the biological pH. This is kind of fun.